Sometimes, life puts two completely different people in the same moment, and that moment changes everything. This is the story of a tired single father and a powerful CEO who hid pain behind her success. Until one morning, he woke up and found her wearing his shirt. What she said next left him completely frozen. There was a man named Armand, a 32-year-old single father raising his little daughter, Marine, all alone. His life was simple. Wake up early, pack her lunch, drop her at school, and then spend the whole day working at a small cafe to earn just enough for rent and school fees. He wasn't rich. He wasn't powerful. But his heart was full of love for his daughter, full of responsibility, full of silent struggles. Every night when the world slept, Armand stayed awake, looking at Marine's sleeping face, promising himself he would give her a better life one day. But life had its own plans. In the same city lived Ayla Saeed, one of the youngest CEOs in the country. Sharp, confident, feared by her staff. People said she had no emotions, no time for anyone, no softness inside her. But people only saw what she allowed them to see. Inside, she was tired, lonely, and carrying a pain that no success could fix. One rainy night, everything changed. Armand had just closed the cafe. Marine had fallen asleep on his shoulder. He opened his umbrella and walked towards the bus stop. And then, he saw a woman sitting alone on a bench, drenched in the rain, holding her shoes in her hands. It was Ayla. Her car had broken down. Her phone battery was dead, and the storm had trapped her on an empty street. Armand didn't recognize her. To him, she was just a woman in trouble. He slowly walked towards her. "Are you okay?" he asked softly. Ayla looked up, surprised that someone even asked. I'm fine," she said, but her voice trembled. Armand didn't believe it. He took off his jacket and placed it gently on her shoulders. "You'll get sick. Please take this." No one had shown her kindness in a long time. Her eyes softened, just for a second. Armand called a taxi for her. But because of the heavy rain, no taxi agreed to come. The streets were empty. The weather kept getting worse. Marine woke up and rubbed her eyes. She looked at Ayla and whispered, "Are you sad, Auntie?" Ayla froze. Those words. No one asked her that either. Ayla smiled a little, maybe just a little. She was shivering. The rain wasn't stopping, and buses weren't running anymore. Armand looked at her and said, "My house is nearby. If you don't mind, you can wait there until the storm slows." Ayla hesitated. She wasn't used to trusting strangers, but she also knew she had no choice. She nodded slowly. Armand's house was small but warm. He quickly gave Ayla a towel and said, "You can wear one of my shirts until your clothes dry." He didn't mean anything by it. Just kindness. Just humanity. Ayla changed into his oversized shirt and sat quietly, watching Marine draw little stars on a notebook. It felt peaceful. A feeling she had forgotten. Armand made tea for her. And for the first time in years, someone asked her, "Do you want sugar? Or is it already sweet enough?" She smiled. A small, real smile. That night, Ayla fell asleep on the sofa, listening to the rain outside and the soft laughter of a child. The next morning, Armand woke up and froze, because right in front of him, standing near the kitchen, was Ayla, wearing his shirt, looking completely different from the cold CEO the world talked about. Her hair was tied loosely. Her eyes were tired but soft, and she held a cup of tea in her hand. Armand rubbed his eyes. He wasn't sure if he was dreaming. Before he could speak, Ayla looked at him and said something he never expected. "I didn't want to leave, because this is the first time in years. I felt like I belonged somewhere." Armand just stared at her. He didn't know how to respond. Ayla continued, her voice shaking. "I have money. I have success. But last night, I realized I don't have a home. Not like this." She pointed at Marine, who was still sleeping peacefully. Then she looked back at Armand, tears in her eyes. "Thank you for reminding me what kindness feels like." Armand still couldn't speak. He had never seen someone so strong, look so broken. And then Isla said the words that left him frozen. Armand, can I come back? Not as a CEO, but as someone who needs a family too. The room fell silent. The kind of silence that changes a life. Armand finally asked gently, but why me? Why us? Isla took a deep breath. Because last night, your daughter hugged me without asking who I am. And you gave me your shirt without asking what I have. You treated me like a human, not like a title. She wiped her tears. I lost my parents when I was young. Then I lost myself in work. I don't know what a normal life feels like anymore. But here, for a few hours, I felt safe. Her voice cracked, and Armand's heart softened. Armand stepped closer and said, "You're welcome here anytime. Not because you're a CEO, but because you're a good person who forgot how to be human." Isla exhaled, as if a heavy weight had finally dropped from her chest. Maureen woke up, ran to her, and hugged her again. "Auntie, will you come again?" she asked. Isla closed her eyes and smiled. "Yes, sweetheart, I will." And in that small warm house, 3 lives changed without warning. Not by money, not by power, but by kindness. Sometimes, the strongest people are the ones who hide their pain the deepest. And sometimes, a small act of kindness can open a door to healing. A door success alone can never open. Life isn't about what we earn. It's about the moments, the people, the hearts we touch without expecting anything in return. Because in the end, kindness costs nothing, but it can change someone's entire world.